Hello, and welcome to another Power Pack Phillips podcast. Before we start today's podcast, I'm going to ask all my peeps out there watching this podcast from school to grab a workbook and use one of the permanent markers to write your first and last name somewhere on the cover. Mr. Phillips, aka the crazy math teacher, will be assigning homework from this workbook throughout the year. I'm going to ask that you do any of the homework that the crazy math teacher assigns from this workbook. Please do that homework in your notes/homework spiral. And the reason why I'm asking you to do your homework from the workbook in your notes/homework spiral is because usually there's not enough room on the pages of the workbook to show all your work. And I don't want you writing so small and cramming it in there that you can't read your own writing. So please do any of the homework in your notes/homework spiral. And as always, please do your homework with a pencil. All right, if you want to open up your workbook and make yourself a note, your homework tonight is going to be from page 12. 6 times 2, 4 times 3, 1 times 12 of your workbook. And I'm going to ask that you do problems 1, 2, 3, and 4 on page 12 of your workbook, but I only want you to find the union. Only find the union for set A and set B. So if you want to make yourself a note, either in your spiral or your workbook, please do that now. Alrighty guys, we're going to continue our march through set theory. Remember, the game makers they're obsessed with putting set theory type questions on the games. So if you would, in your spiral, please write set theory. And today's podcast is going to be on complement. Complement. I'm going to ask that you just kick back, relax for just a minute. We're going to do a quick review. Enjoy your popcorn and drink. We said earlier during this series of podcasts that the uppercase U slanted represents the universal set. And in this case, the universal set, is every number, every element inside this box. Uppercase U slanted, universal set. We also talked about the union. Union symbol is a lowercase u right here. And union is simply all the elements in either set. All the elements in either set. Family reunion. You all get together. We also talked about intersection. Intersection. Here's the symbol for intersection. It is an upside down U. And the intersection is the overlapping part, or where the sets meet. So this right here is the intersection. What elements do they share or have in common? Alrighty guys, this is going to be new material, so please write this down. We're going to talk about the complement today. The complement. Please write in your spiral that the complement is every element or every number that is not in that set. The complement is every element or number that is not in that set. So let's take a look at an example for complement. All right, I'm going to ask that you take just a moment. If you need to pause this podcast, please copy down the picture. Please copy down the picture in your spiral. All right, now that you've copied down the picture, let's take a look at the problem. Let the universal set be the integers from 1 to 9. So 1 through 9 is the universal set. Let set A be the elements 1, 3, 5. And let set B be the elements 4, 5, 6, 7. They want us to find the complement for set A. So the book is going to use a little line on top. That will be the symbol for complement. Alright, so remember, this is the symbol for complement in the book. We said complement is every element that is not in the set. So in other words, we want to know every element that is not in set A. So for my visual people out there, let's grab a highlighter. Set A would be all this that is highlighted in yellow. This is set A. So if we want to know the complement of set A, we want to know every element that is not here in yellow. So 4 is not in yellow, 6 is not in yellow, 7 is not in yellow. Be careful, don't stop. 2 is not in yellow, and 9 is not in yellow. So you want to know every element that is not in set A. But Mr. Phillips, these aren't in set B. That's okay. They're also not in set A. So your answer for this example would be the complement of set A is 2, 4, 6, 7, I tried tricking you, 8, and 9. Don't let me trick you. These are all the elements that are not in set 8. Now speaking of tricking, you have to be very careful during the games, because here's a sample problem from last year's games. Notice right here there's a little squiggly. This squiggly is one way that they will show the complement on the EOC. So make yourself a note. This is very important. The game makers like to trick you, and on the EOC the complement can be shown one of two ways: a little squiggly or a little dash next to the A. So in either case, these are the symbols during the games on the EOC. Later.